Hello and welcome back to Rosebud's Budget for a budget with me for January. So let's get into it. So this budget for January is going to be the same as what I normally do, and then going forward I'm going to be doing it in a different way, which I will show you for February's budget. But I will write January's budget up the same as I'm going to be doing February, so I'll be able to show you that as well. So guys, we are just going to get into it. Today is going to be a bit of a budget with me. It's going to be counting up what's in my binders. It's going to be taking money back to the bank, putting placeholders in. I'm going to try and take as much money out of here to reset these binders for the year. So that's going to be exciting. And then there's going to be the grand total to see how we have done over the year. So with that being said, the total for the year is just going to be how much I have now. It's not going to be working out how much I would have because I haven't got that. I am literally just going to count up all the binders and say, right, this is how much I've got at the end of 2024. I could go and work out what I've spent and what I would have had if I'd saved it all up, but that's just too much for me. So guys, we'll get into it. I'll move this across here. And again, my budget, I want to reiterate, is my budget. Some months I will have more money, some months I will have less money, and it's just working out for that month. I round things up, and also I take my bills off before I budget for anything else. So all my bills that come out direct debit, yeah, I'll show you. So this is my front cover. And it's just a simplified way of doing my budget that works well for me. There's many different ways out there of doing your budget, and you just need to find what's suitable for you. And I find this is easiest for me. So income wise, it is a bit higher this month, I think, than normal. And I don't think it's going to be, I don't really know what's happened, to be quite fair. I just feel like it's a lot more, but then does it just seem a longer time since I did my last budget? I don't know. So we have 1,665 here, 1,100 here, and then we just have a £350 here. So bills for this month, I cannot think if they're higher or lower. They do fluctuate because we have some subscriptions. So I have a registration, and then my husband has a subscription. So every 3 months I'll pay for mine, every 2 months he'll pay for his. So some months are going to be a lot more on the bills than normal. So this month I'm just quite happy. So there's no bills that come out of that bank anyway. That's just the money goes in. Income minus bills. I'm sure this is way higher than normal. It doesn't seem right, to be fair. So income total and then minus our bills, which are here. So income minus bills, and that leaves us with 1,910. Now I have got this written in front of me and I'm struggling. So money that is left is 1,910, and our monthly bills, we've changed them a little bit more, so they were 660, so we've taken that up to 700. So that is 700, and then that leaves 1,210. So left to stuff is 1,210. And when I've broke it down like that, actually, other than like the last couple of months, that's what we were stuffing before. Okay, right. We're just going to go with it. So I have my income, then the bills that are going out for that particular month, most of which are direct debit. There's only possibly one. We don't owe debt now. We are debt free. We don't owe... So these direct debits are your normal, like your gas and electric, your water, your TV licence, your council tax, your rent, your things like that. So that's why possibly mine may be lower than normal. I don't really know. Then I do income minus bills. So that gives us the total that we've got left for the month to work with. Then I take our monthly expenses off. And our monthly expenses, I'll show you on the next page, are our food, our fuel, our fur baby, our miscellaneous and things like that. And then what's left to stuff through the month, to do game days with, to do things like that. Now, I am 100% sure that my budget is going to be going down due to personal reasons. but you'll see along my journey for 2025. So I hope anybody that's been with me for 2024 will continue for 2025. And if you're new here, welcome, welcome. So I'm going to pop that across, and this is where we then lead on to our budget for the month. Now, like I said previously, I am going to be doing it in a different way. So I'm just going to use this last one for this month, and then I'll transfer it into what I'm doing. I just haven't had the time to sit down and do things. And obviously, to keep on track, I would rather do this than not do anything or delay sorting my budget. Right, so bring in the new calculator. So the budget for the month for our monthly expenses, let's say, include food and household, petrol, fur baby, miscellaneous and spending. So we have 700. We are going to have 360 for food and household. So we've upped it by £10 a week just to see how we get on. Then we're going to minus the 160 for the petrol. We are going to minus the 100 for spending. And then that's going to leave us 40 and 40 for miscellaneous and fur baby. Was going to combine this into its own category further down in one of these binders. And if I do that, that's fine. We will see. So that is the £700. So we'll go back to here. We have dealt with this bit here. Now we then have £1,010 left to stuff throughout the binders. Now, in all fairness, I am sitting here doing this with you. Normally I have flick through and see where I want things to go. I haven't even updated this because we have put some money in. So, for example, we did a reallocation. If you haven't seen that, go check that out, because then you'll be up to date with how much we've got in the binders. But we are going to go over it shortly. So we need to do a count up because we've added some from that reallocation into school, and obviously down here there's nothing. So I'm just going to go through and I'm just going to pinpoint where I think we need to put money. Okay, so we definitely don't need to put it in here, and you'll see why when we go through. We're not going to be putting anything into here. These are okay for now. We've just got that back up to its 100 because we depleted it. So clothes, maybe. Quick flick through. I don't need to put anything into here this month. We do need to actually add in my son's, whichever way around. I think it's this one. We're going to add 50 into there for definite. Nothing else into here. Nothing into here. Nothing into... So basically what we've done is we've built up over the year. So we've got like £300 in house, £300 in garden. And at the moment, I don't foresee us needing to use that. So we would like to put some more into like the games and the fun days and things like that. Car, we're going to put 100 into here. If we can. Plus there's some categories that I want to add to this month, which I haven't done yet. Garden, Christmas, we are going to add 200 into here, I think. Nothing's going into vacation this month, definitely. Right, teeny tiny Tuesdays. I should be taking this off here, shouldn't I? So let's minus 50. I hope you can see that. I hope it's in shot. Minus the 100 for the car and minus the 200 for Christmas. What does that give us? 860. And then we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have minus £400. Right, so I'm just going to write these in. So what I do is I go through and I write where I'd like them to go. And then if I can't, let's say, do that, then I'll take away from one category that I feel is not the most important. So this is built up. So it's not Little Moon Budgets and the Rocking Witch. It is leftovers, basically. And this is built up from anything left over from the week. And that is this black binder. So that just gets filtered through with whatever's left. Penny challenge is similar as well, so we don't need to put into any of these. Charmed, we put in when we finish the season. We've just finished a season, so we're on to season 6, so that's all up to date. So there's nothing going to be going in this month. I don't anticipate finishing the 6th season today. And buffer, I don't know. The buffer this month is going to be whatever's left for me to be able to put into some new categories, basically. So we're going to go back and have a look. See, this here gaming is going to be spent, but there's going to be some left over. So this month I don't need to put in any of it today. Sorry guys, I know this is taking a bit longer. Maybe I should have thought about this before. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to put 60 into here, because then that's going to take us down to 400. And fingers crossed that might be enough for what I need for the new categories that I'm going to be putting in. So if you have watched me, honestly, I'm terrible. Most people have put out their binder setups and categories and, you know, goals and stuff for the year. I still haven't filmed it. I'm going to do it straight after this one, and just so I'm up to date. But that is why this month is a little bit all over the place. So I'm just going to reiterate. We have put the 700 in here, so that's sorted for the month. That is what we will stuff weekly on a Sunday. We will go through and we will stuff this money into our purse. And, well, we use this. And that will make up that. And then on a Sunday, what we will do is any categories that we have chose to put money into, i.e. clothes, will be split over the month, and we will put in each week a little bit into it. So there is a few categories, not as many as we normally do, but that's okay. And then there is our game day. So each Friday we will plan to do a game day, one of which will be Christmas. One of which will be 2026 now. So I'm just going to quickly just do that. Because we have cleared out the 2025 binder and reallocated it into categories. Once a month, we will put into Fun Friday Game Day, which is just for fun. And then we will put in for future. Now, normally for one of these, we then add in the extra money that we're putting into our Stacey binder. So yeah, we have 4 game days basically over the month of the different categories. And just for fun is literally what it is. It's just for fun. It's not allocated for anywhere. So when that is completed and a challenge is completed, we reallocate it where it needs to be. Future is for anything in the future. It could be next year, but it could be more so like retirement and things like that. 2026 is obviously for next year, and so on. So guys, I feel like I've just waffled on. This is how it started last year, so we've roughly saved about the same, always 160. Other than this month, we must have done a bit more because it was school holidays maybe. So just recapping, like 2024, we've normally kept with 160 on petrol, unless like here it is a 5-week month, then it goes up. Same here. We didn't really know what our budget was. We just brought food as and when, but you know, since we've started budgeting, we've realised we need like 320, 340 depending. We have increased that a little bit. Miscellaneous and dog always stays in the same, and if there's anything left from these, then it goes back into our leftover binder. And again, you can see we've been putting in regularly each month, and once they've got up to where they need to be, we've then stopped putting in them and been able to put into other categories. We've used some, that's why it's got all crosses over, and then we've had to replenish it. And I think that's what it is over the year. Like, it is absolutely amazing how you have this money in here to be able to use. I have only been doing this since January 2024, which is going to be nice because I'm going to be able to see how much we have saved over the year. YouTube's been since June 2024. So what we're going to do now, guys, is we are going to put that to 0, move it out of the way. We're going to go through our binders. We're going to see what we can take back to the bank and what we can put placeholders in. Right, guys, I have just adjusted the camera. I just thought it was a bit of a better angle for what we're doing now, and then I'll change it back when we do the last part of the video. So bring it in our cash tray. I have wrote down here on this pad all the categories, and we're going to go through the binder and we're just going to write how much is in here, put the money back here, and then I have got lots of placeholders in the back of here. So what we will do is we will write down here what we have in it and then what is going back to the bank. So placeholders are galore here. We are going to just get into it, guys, and see. I don't know what everybody feels about these types of videos. I quite like watching them and seeing how much people have got in. I don't normally do a massive cash condensing and stuff like that, but we're going to do it today. But end of the year count up, let's get into it. So saving shots is our challenge that we do with our spending money. So we have 20, 40, 50, 60 and 70 pounds in there. So I feel like I'm further away today. I feel like I'm stretching a bit and everything's just in the way. So we are not taking any of that back to the bank. You might have to just bear with me. Right, so saving shots, we have, what did I say, 70? And we are not taking any back to the bank. Now, I have already calculated my change. So we had finished and reallocated our penny challenge and any of our change that we had. Yeah. So what's been happening is all the change over the last couple of weeks has gone in here and in our stuffing on the first week of January for us, which will be Sunday. We will sort that all out. But for now, I'm just going to put the round amount of what we have actually saved up. Now this is pound coins and pennies and things, and then I'll let you know what we are doing with it. So it is £43 and something, £43.54, and again we're not taking that back to the bank. Then we're going to go into this binder. So if you follow me from the beginning, you will know that our emergency fund, we managed to get up to £1,000. I'm so glad. I'd never even think. We haven't had to go into it. I am renaming it. I am on the bandwagon. Sorry, there is £1,000 in there. I am on the bandwagon of renaming it, but I don't know if anybody has renamed it in the way that I'm going to rename it, if that makes sense. But you'll see that it will be coming. Jelly beans, this has £30 and I'm not going to take it back to the bank. I'll just check it's £30. Yeah, so there's 20, £30. I'm not going to be taking it back to the bank because we are going to change this up as well. You will see all what I'm talking about in my setup video and plans, so don't worry, you've not missed anything, you're not going to miss anything. Get in the skip. If you haven't seen, we managed to complete this. This is a tracker from Kimberly Budgets, although unfortunately she's not around at the moment, but I wish her well in what she's doing. And this should be 250. So we have 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 50, and this is going back to the bank. This is why I'm going to have to try and take my time, guys, because I don't want to get this wrong. So we are 250 in the skip and we are going to take all of it back to the bank. So we're going to take 250 back to the bank. So yeah, we need to just put a placeholder in here. I don't even know if I've got enough placeholders or anything, if I'm quite honest. But we're just going to go with it. I might just put 3 tens there. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 4, 5. Yeah. It's a lot to remember when you do these videos. I put your hats off to you because you've got to remember to take the money out, can't it? Put it there. Then you've got to remember to put your placeholders in and things. And today is obviously a big one. So, kids, moving over to kids binder. This one should be quite simple because there's a lot of placeholders in. So I'm just going to show you like that. We've got 100 in kids and there is nothing going back to the bank. We have 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 in Mr. and Mrs. because we've built that up over the month. This is going back to the bank, because like I say, I want to try and clear it out as much as possible. So this has 100 and we are going back to the bank with 100. So again, we need a placeholder. I'm so sorry if this is a long one, guys. How are you enjoying New Year? Have you done anything nice that you want to tell me about? So I'm going to take this tracker out. We was debating whether to, you know, carry on with it, but it's fine. We've hit our target. Yeah. So health has 100. Family fun has 100. Actually, maybe should think about adding to that. And hobbies has 100. Okay. So we don't need to take any of that back to bank because it is already in the bank. Close, we have used that. We have depleted that envelope. So this has nothing in, and that's why we're going to add some in this week. And then we've got school. So in school, we did use some of the reallocation to boost this out. So we have 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82. So there's £200 there. School 200, and we are taking the 200 back to the bank. So we need placeholders. So yeah, I can't wait to see how much I've managed to save, because this time last year I would have nothing in savings. We had debt, and we've managed to clear that off this year as well. So if I think about the total and then I think how much we've cleared off our debt as well, we'll see at the end. Right, let's just, yes, I've done that. Moving over to celebrations binder. Again, these are all going to get like a change up and stuff. We have 200 in the bank. Birthdays, we have 100 in the bank, and we have 20, 40, 60, 81. So we're going to take the 100 back to the bank and pop a 200. So I don't think I have a 200, but I'd have another 100. So that makes that 200 going in there. Fur baby. Oh, hang on. So we are taking, there's 200 and we are taking 100 back to the bank. So fur baby, he does have 100 in here. And I don't think we're going to spend that much on him. So we might... I've debated with Fur Baby whether we're going to give him his own category and just put everything in there, or lower the birthday budget down, or what. I don't know. What does everybody else do? I don't particularly think he needs a dome binder, but then actually, if I'm saving for other things for him, maybe we do. Right, Miss is my daughter, and she has £100 in the bank. Sorry if there's lots of glare. Right, so we're going to move that to the side for now. Mr. This is my son. Like I said, we're going to add £50 into his this month, hopefully. He currently has £50, and we are taking £50 back to the bank. You can see the pattern. We're taking as much as we can back to the bank. So we're going to use... Have we got a 50? Sorry guys, while I go through all these, I should have laid them out. We're going to put a 50. I'm going to take that back to the bank. People make this look so easy, and I'm like thinking, gosh, I'm trying to ask my brain to do like 20 million things at once. Mr. So this is my husband's. So 20, 40, 60, 81. We'll take that back as well. So basically, with our reallocation, we could have reallocated 50 into my son's and blah, blah, blah. But we decided to put 100 into my husband's and mine, and then just add the other 50. And that meant that all the birthdays were fully funded by the end of this month. But then we do have birthdays January and March. So we will add back into them. It just gave us a little bit of a boost to be able to get ahead of ourselves. So we've got some 50s, but I don't know whether I want to use all the 50s because I don't know what's coming up. So I'm going to use some. Sorry guys, just flicking through these off camera. So 60 and 220s is going into here. And then there is mine, and I know there's 100 in here because I did exactly the same. So we have 20, 40, 60, 80, 100 guys. So we will pop another 60 and 220s in here. to make the 100. And that is that binder completed. Right, we will move this one out, and I need to just check. So 100, I hope I put that in there. Right, this is the biggie. So concentration rows. Right, we have car. So we added a fair bit into car. So we have 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 300. So we have £300 in car. And we are going to take it all back to the bank. This is going to be a big one. So we have 300 in the car, and we're going to take 300 back. And then MOT, we are... Oh, no, let me put the placeholders in first. Come on, Rose. What do we have? 300. So yeah, we have 300 placeholder going there. And then we also did MOT, and we have £50 in there. And obviously that needs to go to the bank so that I can transfer that to where it needs to be. I don't think the MOT is until March, but at least we've got the money. So we're going to put the 50 in there. And then obviously we still need to build up the car and, yeah, move on to other categories. Right, gaming. Gaming has 100 in the bank. We then have £30, so 130. So we're going to put £130. That is come back to the bank. And we're going to put the 30 back to the bank. This, I'm sure it's like the 9th. I don't think I've got 30. Oh. Let me have a look. Does anybody remember where we put them 10s? Where did I put the 10s? Let me have a look. Was it in here? Because it was one that I wasn't going to have to touch for a while. I've lost my train of thought, guys. Sorry. Right, so if I take them 4 out and put these in here, that makes that 250. That's fine. That can go back there. And then, right, so we've got 130 in placeholders. Right, I think I was saying it's not due to be paid until the 9th of this month. So that's fine. We'll get it back to the bank, and then anything that's left over, we will just roll over into this category for next year. Right, house projects. We have 200, £300, which is fab. We haven't had to touch this for a while. Probably because it's rubbish and you don't want to be outside at this time of year, do you? And also in garden, we have 250 in the bank and then 50. So we're going to take 50 back to the bank. Ooh, it's getting a bit full now. Right, okay, so we had a total of 300 and we are taking £50 back to the bank. Excuse this shocking writing. So that is that. I feel like I can't ask you questions as I'm going along because I'm having to concentrate so much. If you haven't seen, because I know a few videos are out together, we have £150 in here. We've just completed our last game day of the year. So I need to get that. Well, I need to do all my binder resets. So Christmas has 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 and 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50. So £150, which I just think is amazing. Like £150 more for Christmas than I had last year. Or let's say any year, because I've never been... I think there's one year where I've been really prepared, and that was when I was thinking about cash stuffing years ago. And then I kind of filtered away from it, and I'm so glad that I came back into it. So if you're considering it, if you happen to come across my video and you're considering it, honestly, it's life-changing. And anybody that does cash stuffing will tell you. And if you're thinking about starting it, but you're just unsure and you feel like it's very confusing, because to be fair, until you understand it, it can seem very daunting, and it is a lot to do with like budgeting and planning and things like that. Vacation still has its 300 in the bank, so 250, 60 and 300. So we're not adding to that at the moment. I'm not sure about holiday. I feel like we want a holiday, but the want and the importance and need for one are two different things. And it's whether we want to spend that amount of money when actually we can put it into different categories. Anyway, Teeny Tiny Tuesdays, guys. We are going to count that in, but then once we put this in the tin, I think next week, we won't be counting it again. We'll just be doing rough ones. So we have 20, 40, 60, 80, 90 pounds. And this does not go back to the bank. Oops. Sorry, I've got this cut on my finger, so I put plaster and it's just a hindrance. Into Charmed. So we are watching Charmed, Me and Binders and Cash. Essex Cash Stuffing is watching it. I don't know if she's watching it from the beginning, like I said in my previous video. And for each episode, we're putting an amount of money in, and we just decided 50p. So I have just finished season 5 and part way through season 6. So we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and then there is £11.50 here. So that is £61.50. That is just going to stay here, and then once it is completed, I think it's just going to be a little treat for myself. Right, so moving on to here, we'll go through it and we'll count it up. I'm going to need my calculator. None of this is going back to the bank, so I'm just going to move my tray out of the way for now, just so we can calculate this up with you. So this is our leftover binder. Are we on? Yes. We have Let's Get the Party Started by Essex Cash Stuffing, and this has £30. We have Cookie Jar by the Queen Bee Makes, and this is nearly completed. So 20, 30, 45. I like this calculator. This is one that I got in my advent calendar release thing. And the only thing I don't like is I'm not used to this button. So sometimes I keep catching that button and then I have to start again. But so in The Fishing Trip, inspired by Gavin and Stacey, who watched it, who enjoyed it, hopefully everybody. Well, there's a few comments saying they've never watched it. Yeah, you should give it a go. It's brilliant. Budget with Moo, The Fishing Trip, we have £30. So there's not much left on that one either, I think. There's probably another £10. That's not bad. Now, I doubt any money's going to go into this week, guys, unfortunately. Yeah. Bethany Budget, The Gumball Machine, has 35 as well. I double pressed that because I can never remember if I've actually pressed it after. And I feel so sorry for everybody for just me waffling on. This is Peekaboo Moon from Little Moon Budgets. Yeah, funny story. We scratched off a 10 last week, so I had to use £5 of spending, but then I had forgotten that I didn't actually clear out of my purse, so I had a £5 in my purse anyway. So this now has 20, 30, 45. So we have one more to scratch off on Sundays, and then that will be that one finished. And then I think I'm going to do the same as what I did last time. I think I've decided this. I'm going to, once that's finished, put it to the back, finish all the others, and then reallocate the whole binder, I think. Right, so then we have 25, and this is Over the Moon by The Rocking Witch. And this came in the collab box between Little Moon Budgets and The Rocking Witch. 25. So that's £210 already in just leftover money from the last time. So since I started cash stuffing, I've completed this once, and I'm sure it was like £400, £500 or something. So let's add this in. This is obviously not going back to the bank, £210. Then we need to go into our future binder. We'll do future first. Does everybody want to see me counting up each category, or would they prefer it where I just say to you, right, this binder is this much in it? I mean, it saves me counting it up on a separate thing, and I have to count it up each month anyway. So we have 20, 40, 60, 80, £100 here. That is roll. Oh no, we have 101. Oh dear, see? Right, 101. That is Roll and Save by Peachy Budgets. We have Rain Rain Go Away. This saves 500, but I think I'm going to tweak it, so I'm not saving 500. We have 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. But then again, I can never make a decision because actually this is a long-term thing. It is for future. Roll it up. Yeah, so we have completed 25 4 times. So we should have 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. I'm so happy. Like, honestly, it just amazes me where I am from where I was last year. Right, we have completed Honeypot Savings, and that saved us 65. And we have completed Sweet Treat, that saved 40. And we have completed Adventure Is Out There by, sorry, Sweet Treat was by Little Moon Budgets. Budget with Honey was the honey saving pots, and Adventure Is Out There is by Budget with Moo, and that was 60. So we have £456. I'm just going to write that down here, guys. Sorry if you can't see it. £456 into future. Now the plan is, once I've done my rejig of my binders, the money that we have saved up in these ones will go to a tracker. And it will be marked off a tracker and then popped into the bank. So I'm not going to take that back to the bank yet. We're going to move over to our Just for Fun binder. And I think this is the best binder ever because it is literally playing games, having fun, with it not being allocated anywhere. I do understand that some people have to have like where everything is going. And that is fully, if that fully works for them, that is great. And it's like my tin. I love the fact that I'm just adding it into my tin. And I don't know how much it's going to be in Teeny Tiny Tuesdays. And this year, £880, doing it from June to December. I'm going to be amazed of how much I'm going to save from December to December. So that's going to be amazing. So we have already completed one of the games in here, and it was Soph's Budgeting Life. It was her little scratch off, which I really enjoyed and will hopefully bring back. So Shut Your Mouth by Essex Cash Stuffing. Oh, we did finish another one of Essex Cash Stuffing. We finished Shut Your Clam. Oh, so sorry. So far, Shut Your Mouth has saved us 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, £80. And we still have 4 more rows on that. And I'm hoping that we manage to finish that in the next game day. So let me just move this calculator back in. We said 80, didn't we? Little Book of Studio Budgets. Did I say that was by Essex Cash Stuffing? Little Book of Studio Budgets. There is £2 in here. And we have 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 10, 25. So there's 127 in that. 127. Is that right? And yeah, so you can play it page by page, as in complete all that first, then move on. But I just do it a bit by bit. And I'm going to be amazed how much it saves up altogether. I don't know if people have completed it. I want to say Miss Budget's completed it, but I could be wrong. So, you know, don't actually trust anything that comes out my mouth when I'm so confused. Right, so 20, 40, 55. There's 55 in Totally Awesome, which is by Kimberly Budgets. And I feel like I'm learning along the way. So maybe these games should have gone into my future binder because they're more longer term ones. Like we've been playing this for months and months. Flamingo 5 is by Dilly Dally Budgets. And we have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 45. Oh, did I just ruin that? Let's hope not. And then Get Your Skates On is by Budget with Moo. I love Budget with Moo's trackers. Like hers, I thought mine were like thick, but hers, yeah. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40 and 50 in there. And we've still got a few to go. Right, I am just going to add this 50 in here. Right, so that says we have £357 into Just for Fun binder. Now, if we just quickly look at our 2025 binder, we have nothing in it because we have reallocated all the money and we are looking at our 2026. So I don't know if it's necessarily going to be this binder, but 2026 binder will be coming back. Oops. So, guys, let's see what else we have left to do. So, let's clear that off. 2025 and 2026 is got nothing in it. And then we have Stacey binder. Oh, how annoying is that? I could have wrote that at the bottom of here. Never mind. So, we're going to move our Stacey binder in. Look at this, beautiful, beautiful. We are going to pull our cash tray back in and we are going to unstuff this binder. So we are just going to take it all out, split it all up, add it up, just double check that we didn't make any mistakes, and then we're going to set it off for a second attempt. Now, guys, I apologise for the glare from these, and if you can see any shadows or any of my face in it, I can't really see them on editing, but then, you know, I am what I am. So, has anybody else finished a challenge like this before? I've never done anything like this before. It's took a while. We are lucky that we've added a fair bit in from our reallocation. And I do have to apologise, guys, for my plaster on my finger. But I'm sure the plaster looks better than my poorly finger. All right. Wow, right. I'm just going to take a break just to move this out of the way. Let me arm rest a minute. Right, so, yeah. I was so happy to be able to stuff into this, and it, yeah, really good quality, can be used over and over again. And even if you didn't want to put in the 20s, the 30s, just do them all as 5, you know, do them all as 10, all of 20, whatever you want to do, but the option is there to be able to put in set amounts. So let's have a look. This should say 500 because it's a 500 binder. But there's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So there's 25 there. So if you wanted to save £10 per one and just cross each square off as £10, you'd save 250. Then you could do it again and you could get to your 500. If that, you know, adapt things to your budget. If you want to just put £5 in, you've got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So you've got 125 quid there that you can save. And actually, building it up slowly makes you see that everything's achievable. So I need to clean that off because I've got a bit of pen on it, which I'm not liking. So we're going to take all this and just double check this is 500. And then this is going back to the bank. Now, this is going in a category that I'm not quite sure. We had an idea of we wanted to save about 4 or 5 grand for something, but we don't know if that's going to be the end goal by the time we get to that point because it's going to take a lot to save up. So we'll just see and we'll count this. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, 80, 93, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 94, for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 500, guys. I really lost count in the middle. 500 going back to the bank. Right. Oh, I'm so excited. So this is proper full. So this cash tray, look at this. This is from Little Moon Budgets, and it was a upsy one that she did in a competition, and I was lucky enough to win that. So what the plan is now is to bring in this, and then I'm just going to add Stacey onto the bottom of here. And it's 500, and there's 500 going back to the bank. Right, so we're going to calculate up first what we're taking back to the bank. I think that's the best idea, and then we will do our final calculation. So let's see. Can everybody see that? Okay, shall I do it a bit overhead? I don't know if that's any better. So we're going to pull this in, and we're just going to add up everything we're taking back to the bank. So, or should we count it first? Let's count it first. Oh, look, see? 500, where we're going. Let's give it a count. Wow. Guys. Just take a minute to appreciate all that. This is where cash stuffing, it's amazing. So, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this all in one. We have 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, 83. I might have to stop, 3. 20, 40, 60, 84, 20, 40, 60, 85, 20, 40, 60, 86. 20, 40, 60, 87, 20, 40, 60, 88, 20, 40, 60, 89. Wow. 20, 40, 60, 81. So there's £1,000 already. 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, 83, 20, 40, 60, 84, 20, 40, 60, 85. £1,500. How did that even fit in there? £1,500. Wow. Then we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 91, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 92, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 93, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 360. So let's add 360. And then we have, still going, wow, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100, 5, 10, 15, 20. So add 120. I don't know if anybody can, oh, you can't see it. £1,980 going back to the bank, and we still have quite a bit of money still in the binders, and we still have quite a bit in the bank already. So let me just pop this back in here. We are going to pull this in. I'm just going to write this down. So £1,980 going back to the bank. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the 1,980, and I'm just going to go through and double check everything is right. 300, 350, 500, 200, 80, 400, 150. There we go. Gosh, it is a lot. One, a lot of money, and one, a lot of maths. Right, £1,980 going back to the bank. Now we are going to add up. So let's bring back in this. And we are going to add up everything that we have got. I hope you can see. We have 50, 200, 300, so that's 500, 180, 3, 6, 7, 50, 390, right, 61.50, add 210, 456, I like that, 456, add 357, I like that too, add 500. So we're currently at £3,454.50. So we're going to add 70, we're going to add 43.5. Sorry if this is annoying you guys. 1, 2, 3. So we're going to add 1,000 for our emergency fund. Then we're going to add 250, and then the 30 that's above it. Then we're going to add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 900. Then we're going to add 2, 3, 4. I need to add £420 onto that, because if you haven't seen, on our reallocation there was loads of pounds we needed to take back to the bank, and it worked out that after reallocating we still had like 15 quid left that went towards it, and it was £420 that was left. So our grand total is £6,568.04. Wow. That is how much I have in savings. Now, don't get me wrong, it is there to be used. It is for things that are going to be coming up. And, you know, each month it will fluctuate. It will go up. It will go down. But the fact that I even have that amount and I've not gone without is absolutely amazing. So, guys, I always do end of a month total up here. So this technically is under December. Not technically, it is under December. And change the colour of the pen. We'll do an orange one. So we have £6,568.04. Absolutely amazing. Now, if you look back, so I did a count up in February, and then I was on YouTube, let's say here. Slowly, we've not jumped in full force. We've slowly built it up. So the first month, nearly £400, the next month 7, 9, and it's slowly built up. This was an amazing month, and I can't work out why. That is a ridiculous amount of money to save in 1 month. And then it went to like 7. We then went down because we purchased our sofa, you know, school holiday money, things like that. Then it went down in November due to Christmas and spending Christmas money and things like that too. So let's see what the difference is. So we're going to take that amount and we're going to minus last month's. So if that works right, that's £346.54. So that's 346.54, and that's plus. So we're going back to the pluses, which I think is absolutely amazing to say. We had 1,400 over these couple of months. Christmas, you know, that's gone. We had the sofa of 700. There alone is like 2 grand, 3, you know. I just can't. That's absolutely amazing. It's quite shocking. I know I keep saying it, but it's quite shocking to see that I nearly have £7,000. So even if there was an emergency, I could clear out all of this. I mean, I have my emergency fund, but yeah. So roll on 2025, good things. Let's keep going. Hope this encourages you. Obviously, even if it's £100 each month, £50, £10, whatever you can afford, just start. I'm quite particular. So, for instance, birthdays, we split it between the family and us. Car, I would prefer a folder that's car MOT, car tax, car insurance, just so that I can have savings, because what we was finding was putting into the car and then we was needing to save it, and that meant that we didn't have money for MOT or anything like that. Yeah, so I split mine up quite rigidly, but other people might not want to do it that way. Again, it is adaptable. There are so many different ways about cash stuffing, how to do it, what's the right techniques to do it. And I think it is literally looking at everything and then saying, right, this is going to suit my budget and this is how I'm going to do it. I'm waffling on, guys, because I'm just amazed. Like 6,568, and the amount of things we have paid off debt. So let's just look at that. Debt, we've paid £1,400 off for debt. We have 1,400 for Christmas. We had £800 for the sofa. And then everything else that we have spent, like that is nearly 10 grand. It's absolutely amazing. So guys, I'm going to love you and leave you, because I feel like I'm just waffling on now. And I want to thank everybody for the support over 2024. It's been absolutely amazing. I'm going to empty all my binders out now. I'm going to reset everything where I want it to be, categories, binders, and then I will show you through that. But for now, what I want to do is I want to just take a second. And if you see this table outside of me, it's a right mess with all these things on it. I want to take a second and I want to show you this. If this is your cash stuffing, it works, because you can build it up each week slowly. Okay? If you are able to do this each week, you can build it up. Okay, if you are able to add in a little bit more and have £20 a week, it is all a positive choice. Even if it's £1, like my Teeny Tiny Tuesdays. That's why I love doing Teeny Tiny Tuesdays, because it shows pounds add up just as well as the 5s and 10s. And that wasn't to patronise anybody. That was to show that if you're in doubt, a lot of people think, oh, I'm on a low budget, I can't do it. I have to say I'm lucky with what I've got coming in, but it's not always going to be like that. So look at that. Cash stuffing works, guys. Right, take care. I will see you for whatever video comes next, whether it is my binder setup. Hopefully it is, because I need to do my cash stuffing for Sunday. And I will see you all soon. Thank you so much. Bye bye.